Welcome to the Biz Bros Podcast. My name's Kyle Nelson, and I have my co-hosts Eli Libby and Clint Payne with me today. We're fired up. We got lots of energy. Really good topic to talk about today, and it's something that we're personally passionate about, and we're talking about all the times.
Yep.
So, good morning,
Alrighty.
guys. It's
Good
morning
morning.
for us right now.
Yep.
Yeah, good morning.
How's it going?
10 o'clock. Perfect.
Still morning.
Yeah,
Still fired
absolutely.
up?
I'm
Yep.
fantastic. Doing good.
It's good, man.
Caffeinated.
Caffeinated for sure. I had to slow down on the
drinks.
coffee.
Cold
Yeah.
brew.
Cold
You were
brew.
looking for more coffee.
I was.
Second
I
ago.
was like,
You're like, dude, I'm jittery. Yeah.
I'm hunting
You
for it.
want more coffee?
You need some quinoa.
I did need some quinoa, maybe little lentils. Anyways, boys, so today, what is the topic?
Cool. So we're going to be talking about the rise of direct-to-consumer brands over the last probably 2 to 5 years. Going to talk about some of the love-hate relationship between the that model of brand. So let's roll.
And some of our favorite ones, maybe?
Favorite ones, and maybe some issues that we kind of were talking about.
Well, maybe, can I start with my story time?
Yeah, absolutely.
So last night, my wife was, I'll move the sounds a little. There we go. My wife was painting her nails with a private label brand. It was just branding. They definitely put their brand on the nail polish. Like, it's nothing special. And she's just like, I'm done buying like off-brand. She's like, what do you guys call it? That label stuff? I'm like, it's private labeling, where there's really no customization to it. They just get a brand and push it to the market. She's like, I'm done buying it because every time we get something, we're wasting money. She's like, I'd rather just buy name brand stuff and spend the money because of the quality issue. It's just like there's so much to choose from. She's like, I don't know what to choose now. I just want to choose quality. Yeah, we're wasting money, and I know that the more expensive one that has the name brand most likely is going to be the best option. So that's my story time. It hit home. I talked to the boys this morning about it just to bring it up, and it kind of went straight into our topic today. So it's just true, and I think a lot of people have that kind of aggravation now. Like, people are just like, how do I choose? Amazon's ruined it for people. You type in water bottle, and you're going to get 100 brands, 100 plus brands of just like the same insulated, double-walled stuff. And it's just it's a review and a pricing game at that point.
Totally.
So, I don't know, maybe let's hopefully that led us into story time. Yeah.
Well, I think that's spot on. I think people buy on Amazon based on the reason you go to Amazon is it's fast, but you also go there for price. You think that you can get a better price on Amazon. Dude, 100%. So that means you're going to buy whatever's on the first page. And most of the time, that's the cheapest thing, and it has good reviews.
And it could be a private label brand that blew up on Amazon.
Yeah. And they don't have a website, so it's strictly 110% Amazon. So at that point, you are going to be getting something I think that is less quality than kind of brand name stuff. What do you think, Clint? I know you. Yeah, I know you like.
You're big into like that stuff.
Yeah.
You do your research before purchasing.
I think more so recently too. I'm less of like the top Amazon product.
Totally.
More of reading like at least 2 to 5 minutes like worth of reviews. That's kind of been like the thing that works pretty well, because I think before it was like, hey, what's the top product? But now like there's so many products now, and like there's just so many different colors and different things. And being in like the e-commerce business, like we see a ton of people, hey, I have this like water bottle. Just using the water bottle example. It's like, really, what's different? It's probably coming from the same factory in China.
Totally.
At that point, I'd rather just choose Hydro Flask, Plain Canteen, Corksicle. That's what I'm drinking right now, because it's a trusted quality brand, and they've been around for a while, or they're going to be around for a while.
Well, they're the pioneers. Like, they're the reason why there's so many, right? I mean, it's like, trust the people that built it. I don't know.
Totally. I think there's a little bit of, I know that I've made this mistake a ton of times. Perfect example is we bought a webcam recently, and I'm the cheap one that just bought the cheap one that was like, looked like it was good, great reviews. It had amazing reviews. It had a ton of reviews.
I mean, it's also this is coming from a production company view too. So
absolutely. So our eye is a little bit more trained. But anyway, so I think where I'm getting at with that is, I think reviews are a little bit skewed, because I think if we think about like how we review stuff, a majority of us review only when it's a bad experience. The 100%. Time that we actually go to review is very rare. So I think the amount of people that actually purchase a product, I have a hard time looking at reviews simply because I just know people.
I mean, I used to get paid
to
I've
yeah, exactly.
So back in like 2019, 2012, 2013, 2014, I was on Fiverr, and I probably did over 1,000 Amazon reviews before Amazon cracked down on doing fake reviews.
Pay-per-review.
Pay-per-view, yeah. And they sent me the product. They paid me $50, did a video, boom.
And you, I mean, I don't know how true you were. I know there's a lot of like very harsh reviewers out there, but I mean,
these were paid for positive.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, I have a hard time looking at reviews because I do know that happened.
Yeah.
Ago. And I know it's been scraped out.
Oh yeah.
Now.
But I mean, yeah. What was I gonna say?
But that doesn't mean, while you're thinking of that doesn't mean that on the direct website, like we used to just populate it with John Smith, James. Kelsey.
Oh yeah, I mean, Mary. She loves the product. It's fake, or it's one of those.
And then a couple.
Is that what you're saying?
A couple 3-star reviews to like.
Yeah, or those Shopify plugins. It's like so and so bought this 10 minutes ago from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
So how are consumers like validating the trust of like a private label product? Because there are some private label stuff. There are some private label products that are actually really good.
Oh sure.
I'd say a good one is actually like these microphones that we're talking on right now.
Totally.
For those of you listening and watching, like we're rocking a Rode Podcaster Pro with a not so name brand arm, and these microphones are not name brand at all, but they sound incredible.
They sound insane.
So there are times where like the quality is totally there, but there are times with the webcam that it wasn't.
But then that all has to do with then having that perfect quality and the brand. They obviously don't have the brand yet.
Yeah.
They've got the quality. They're going there.
Yep. They're working their way there.
So, so the rise of D2C.
Yep.
So what is it? How many years ago did this really start to begin? Who were some of the pioneers? Why did they get so popular? Like, what rose them to who they are today? And who's doing it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allbirds.
Yeah. I was just going to say first people that come to mind, and I think a lot of it's brand.
Nematic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just spitting about fire now. I don't know. I'm just thinking of companies that have like done it right.
Yeah.
They have their own product. They did the D2C thing correctly. Both of them are Kickstarter.
Yeah. I look. Did you want to jump in?
Stories?
I think there's so many products out there that we all could buy. A company that really I think stands out is the companies that like attach like a really good product and a really good like mission or like social responsibility.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the type of people that are like influencing that product.
Yeah. Or it's the team behind it that found it.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. And so like there has to be like some sort of a connection to like make that product really good.
Right. I agree. I think the mission behind a direct consumer brand is what I think drives a lot of the early start to that brand.
I'm going to be biased.
Okay. Go for it.
And it is the content behind it.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it is, though.
Look at Allbirds. Look at Noble is a big.
Noble's another one. Their content is. It's so good.
Yeah, it almost could be spun off a topic of like Instagram brands because all of these are built on Instagram.
Oh yeah, there's so many of them.
Yeah,
it's like, but like, where are we getting at with this conversation?
I would say that like the content. So I don't know time date. I'd say that it's in the last 5 years like D2C has skyrocketed.
Yeah,
I would attribute 100% of that to the platforms that like allow people to discover the product. Obviously number one being Amazon, but you don't know to go search for a specific product or a name unless you saw an ad or you followed it like an account. One of your influencers that you follow like posted about that product. One that really comes to mind is Movement.
Oh yeah,
and
that's a good point.
I've never purchased one. I've heard that they're good, and I've also heard that they're really cheap and like kind of crappy. It's a premium price point with a 20% discount. Use this coupon code. Right. I think the evolution of like the platform has made like these, I'd say, Instagram brands.
Oh yeah, dude, become
a brand.
Huge.
That's the shift.
I think another good example is Gymshark.
Gymshark's huge.
$1 billion blenders eyewear.
Blenders is the one I was.
They're a huge one.
Yeah,
and he sold.
Yep.
Chase. I used to talk to Chase actually when he started out. But I think that's a great point. It's like these brands that are built like literally for D2C like distribution through Instagram, push them to Shopify, and all that's pushing it is content.
100%.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Look cool.
Yep.
It looks cool. Like you've got influencers that are using it. And so it's like it's put onto this pedestal. Like, oh, I got to use what they want to use. And the rise of D2C is because of
exactly
right.
the content and Instagram
the platform
TikTok is, but we're talking last
2 to 5 years.
It's the push, and it's YouTubers and all that stuff. And I think the transparency of founders and companies.
Yeah.
You go back 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever it is, like there was a CEO, but it was a more corporate vibe. It was like all that. Like now it's like, it's cool to be an entrepreneur. It's cool to be a founder. It's cool to like document all that. And it's helping these companies like making their brand cool and sexy because there's this documentation of like the founders grinding and the hustle and they're cool. And like, this is why I came out with this product. And like, it's just like all this accumulation of like this explosion of D2C that just blew up. And now there's tons of brands and now it's all a play with like, what agency are we using?
And speed to production.
Yeah, dude. It's what's the new product? Like you got to stay innovative. You got to come out with new renditions. You got to come out with.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I like the rant. So now that obviously there's these companies that are doing it like really really well.
Right.
There's the sourcing part, which is becoming like incredibly easy to do.
Oh yeah.
I personally don't have experience. I know you do with sourcing products, but I would say it's probably become even easier now. Obviously, there's stuff going on in the world that's like making the whole like transit from like China to America very challenging. But finding like the products and like finding the companies that are making these products, you buy a product for $2 in China. You brand it for another $250, get it over here for another $3. Cost per product is $6 plus some marketing costs. You sell it for $50, $60, $70. Compound that times 1,000. I mean, you're making easily about $8 to $10 a month based on like an average shipment of products. So it's become so easy for really anybody to do. But I think like the D2C market in the next 5 years compared to like 5 years ago, I think what's really going to have to like differentiate like a good company versus like a bad, not so great like Amazon brand. It's like, oh, this is crap. Like the nail polish is brand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's brand 100%.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think that is the rise. And I think there's some pitfalls in why some brands don't execute on that. And they think that they just go right as quick. They forego the brand and they try to go as quick as they can to market just so that the patience isn't there. So they're trying to just put money in their pocket thinking that, oh, that guy's doing it. I can get passive income.
Well, and there's all these teachers and gurus and groups and academies and all this stuff that you can join that will help you push it and make it look easy, do it part-time. And I mean, it works. You're doing it. You're figuring it out.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as this, what you know what I mean? Like,
and that I think is like where the topic is like that those gurus and these influencers, I think that is what really led to the rise of D2C brands. Is these people talking about it and people saying like, oh, I'm making all this money from it.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they can do it, but people skip steps.
Yep. It didn't work for me. Anyway, personally, like literally it didn't work for me, but I just
what do you guys think? I mean, honest, I think we all have our own like independent. You have kids, Kyle. I don't. Eli doesn't. We all have different like things that we kind of latch onto, but like there's still kind of like that separation of like it's kind of nice knowing the founder of the brand.
Oh, dude, it
like if there was to be a mom, and there might be, I'm just not like in that space, but if there was to be a mom that came out with a product that was like super kid oriented and she was like documenting her life and like doing that whole thing. I know that there are some brands out there that do that, but that's the kind of thing that I would latch on to.
I got a perfect example.
Totally.
Yeah. What the product, Nicole and Co?
Yeah.
Nicole, she's super cool. She's had us do, when we were in Chico, we did a lot of her photography for her. And she was like also this like female empowerment, like an entrepreneur based mom and like pushing others to succeed and like she does consulting and stuff. Really cool, really cool. But like I feel comfortable purchasing from them. Like she's, I think now she's like, it's a different name now, and she's like on a larger scale. She's like in store and stuff. But before, like, I feel comfortable because I know like the quality and R&D and the time she put into building that brand and those products.
Yep. I agree.
It's a perfect example where like you see these other ones, like the story could be the same exact thing, but I don't know it. Or it could be this like private label, like people just saw an opportunity, they threw the brand on it and got it manufactured in China and started pushing on Amazon. Safety might not be there though. I think that's a good example. I think like what you're saying, like
transparency behind like
100%.
behind the company, behind the brand, at least behind something. Like obviously most people can't go to China, and I would say, I don't know the percentage, but maybe 95% of brands like people on selling on Amazon actually never go to China.
Right.
Like they're just on their computer at their home office. Yeah. It's coming from
dude.
Direct.
I think
to
a lot
China,
of
to Amazon.
clients we work with are like that. They don't, people that are just starting out.
We don't know. Yeah. So there's a lot of that going on.
I latch onto local companies, people that have a good story,
100%.
and the founders. Like, regardless if it's local or not, if I can hear the story and I can hear that there was like true grit and tenacity from like they started, rags to riches. Like I love stories like that, and I'll grab onto that and I'll support that brand because I can see the founder's vision and like where they started off and where they are today. And it was everything's hard work, but I grabbed those brands a lot.
100%. I love it. And it's cool about like our business model at Results Imagery. If you don't know what we do product photography and video production. We get to hear those stories day after day. The clients and leads that hit us up. It's like, we get a good chunk of like large D2C brands, but a lot of them are also people just getting started, and we hear those stories like, hey, like this is why I'm starting this. There's a reason why I chose this product, because I saw a problem and I wanted to solve it. And, I agree. It's like the same thing you're saying.
Totally. Yeah. I think a big part of the rise is just what you said, is like people really understanding a problem. Like they see a problem and how easy it is to access some resources like sourcing, or like resources like a coach, an Amazon coach, or whatever it might be, a guru. I think it's people now realizing that they can actually do something about it, and things are so much more attainable than they used to be like 10 years ago. So those resources to come out with your own D2C brand based on this problem or something you're trying to solve 10 years ago, like, man, I would love to create a product that would solve that problem. Now people are doing it because they can. And the resources are so like at their fingertips.
On the entry, like personal investment you need to put is like minimal now.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
no, it totally is.
To start a business that could grow within 3 years, that's like a large brand. Like it's nothing compared to what it used to be. Oh man.
Yeah.
I know like the minimum order quantities are going down.
Right.
From the
so you can test easier. And
yeah. Used to be like 500 was like the minimum you can order depending on the product you're doing. But like 500 units, as an example for water bottles, like that's a pretty hefty investment. That's like 15 to 20,000 in investment. And not many people just have that laying around.
No.
So, but now it's coming down to where you could do like, I think you can do like right around like 50 to 100. And that's a little bit more attainable.
Oh yeah.
So
I think be able to get out of the 9-to-5 rut and do your own thing, a little entrepreneurship, little side hustle.
Exactly.
So, just quick fire round, or not fire, what is it called?
Lightning round?
Lightning round. All right. Favorite D2C brand?
Ooh, Nematic.
Allbirds. Can I do quick? Were you ready? You could say the same one.
I do Nematic, dude. I love Nematic.
Yeah,
you thank you, seriously. Now I have so much. I have like
you've more than I do.
Yeah.
I have 4 or 5 pieces now.
Yeah.
But it's quality. It's like, and they're a cool brand, and it's just like a cool product.
Yep.
It's like different than any other piece of luggage or backpack. I have been on a backpack search for like 8 years now to find the perfect backpack, and Nematic was it. I found it, hands down.
I'm gonna expand on that.
Eli,
here's why. They're
Christmas coming.
Consistent quality. Like there's some companies like they do this. I mean, for those of you who aren't watching, they go up,
little hockey stick.
Right? They sell a ton of stuff, and then like the profit margin comes in, and they're like, "Hey, how can we cheapen like the product but keep it the same price?" I totally get it.
Yeah,
Nematic has yet to do that, to my knowledge, and like my backpack, I've probably put about 35 to 40 pounds in.
Oh, dude,
before.
It's like,
and like the thing is still super rigid and like holds its.
It doesn't look dirty and old.
No, and
I kind of thought you were gonna say Ghost for a sec.
No,
because I know you're a big Ghost fan.
Yeah,
but you're not like passionate. Like Nematic is like.
Nematic is like a. I use my Nematic every day. That's how I transport stuff from home to work, travel, things like that.
I do like blenders too. Blenders is high up on my list. I've said this in a past podcast. My like sales radar, I feel like, or BS radar is pretty high. But the ads that I've actually been targeted and I've actually purchased have been Allbirds, Noble, and blenders. Blenders, you buy a pair of Oakleys for like $200. They get scratched, they get dropped, put in your like glove box, and they get scratched. You lose them, or you drop them, or you drop them in the lake. $200 gone, and they're polarized. Great. Blenders sells these same glasses are the same thing.
Yeah,
they are the same thing. Is all about branding. Blenders sells like $40 polarized pair that is lighter weight, more comfortable than any Oakley I've ever worn, and it's $40. If you drop it or scratch it, doesn't hurt as bad as a $200 pair. So from my first pair of blenders, I'll never buy another pair of sunglasses.
It's kind of like with my glasses. I used to buying Ray-Ban. Like $300 to $500 frames, and I went to iBuyDirect.com. Affiliate link / just kidding. And like these glasses look almost identical to my old glasses.
They really do.
The lens quality isn't quite there, but they were $70 like out the door. So compared to okay, $500. Like, $500, I can deal with like a little bit like lower quality, but. And they're a cool brand too because they've got like 400 frames to choose from.
And it's easy
and Ray-Ban and it's like easy,
$40.
quick. Like you just take a photo and it like gets all the measurement. Anyways, long story short, D2C brands, we love them, we support them, we work with them every day, and definitely I would say like support a D2C brand, like someone that's trying to do it. And
totally.
Like try to like stay away from buy from their website, stay away from Amazon if you can or Walmart, and like go to their website and support them. Because it's honestly like that grassroots entrepreneurship that we all love.
Love it.
So thank you for joining us on the Biz Bros Podcast. If you haven't yet, please go to our Instagram at biz.bros. We got a website coming very soon for everyone to check out if you want to be on our podcast or if you'd like to invite us to be on your podcast, maybe a virtual speaking event as COVID is still going on, and some cool BizBite email newsletter coming out. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to the next Biz Bros Podcast.
See you guys next time.
Later.
See you guys.